Hey guys, it's me Simo Orahara, and in this video we're going to talk again about Kira Uzuru. Perhaps I was among the people who most wished to see Kira's Bankai in this core, and I mean the third core. Or maybe I just thought that Kira's Bankai could be one of the additions they would include, especially since, as some already know, a lot has been said about Kira, both in the novel The Beginning of Tomorrow and even in the special chapter, I think it's number 520.5. So the studio could have used these sources and given us a complete fight, including a flashback and a grand battle, ending with the reveal of his Bankai. But you know, as we saw in this core, other additions were presented, focusing on Okitaki, Uryu, and also Ichigo's fight against Yuabach. But the way Kira appeared, or rather I should say the timing of his appearance, gives us strong hope that he might indeed have a special battle in the upcoming core where he could unleash his Bankai. That's why guys, I want to talk again about Kira and the major transformation he went through. The Kira from before these events is not the same as Kira after it, and what could this transformation reflect in his Bankai? So guys, to begin with, if we follow Kira's path, we'll find it filled with challenges and hardships that shaped his personality, granting him his unique skills while emphasizing his gloomy personality void of joy. And I can't pinpoint a specific reason why Kira turned out this way, but it's known that he comes from a lower ranking noble family. In the series, as shown in his flashback, his parents died when he was very young, and possibly from a natural death or maybe due to hollows, who knows. So their loss might have deeply affected him, shaping his gloomy personality and that aura devoid of happiness. Or perhaps Kira was simply born this way, and this is something Taichi Kubo himself addressed before when a fan asked him why Kira appeared cheerful in his flashback with Momo and Renji, but later became so depressed or so gloomy. Kubo replied that Kira had always been like that since birth. And I'm not sure whether Kubo was joking or being serious, but it's possible that some personalities are just like that, and for Kira this personality fits him perfectly. Even in the anime, the choice of his voice actor was very fitting, a cold, soft voice devoid of joy, which further highlights Kira's uniqueness compared to other voice captions. However guys, if we had to identify something that truly changed Kira's path and profoundly affected him, definitely it would be his meeting with Aizen and especially Genichimaru. Kira, like Renji and Momo, stood out as a soul with a great potential, showing excellent skills during the academy and particularly in mastering Kido techniques. And this was what caught Aizen's attention, leading him to recruit him into the 5th division. In fact, he was the only one who Aizen sent him to Unohana, and he worked there temporarily in the 4th division, and Kubo had confirmed this in this answer, also suggesting that Kira had skills in Kaido, the healing arts, which is something not any Shinigami can possess along with combat abilities. But you know, eventually Kira ended up with Gin in the 3rd division, and this is where Gin's influence over him truly became evident. And because of Kira's bad luck, his captain was Genichimaru, or I should say it was Kira's bad luck that Gin's personality was so manipulative and that he was already aligned with Aizen Sasuke. And as Kubo described Kira, he had unquestionable loyalty toward Gin, to the point of placing him above everything, even his own life. And this loyalty was something Gin skillfully exploited for his own benefit, placing Kira in extremely difficult situations. One of the most notable was his clash with Hinamori, and how Gin led him to follow orders that distanced Toshiro from Hinamori, which resulted in her sustaining a critical injury that nearly killed her. So these tragic events shaped Kira's personality, even reflected in the emblem of Squad 3. Because as we know guys, every squad in the GOTY 13 is represented by a specific flower with a symbolic meaning. For example, the first squad flower is the chrysanthemum, symbolizing truth and righteousness, and Squad 2 flower is Okinagusa, symbolizing desire nothing. And Squad 3, where Kira belongs, has the marigold, which represents despair. And this symbol fits Kira perfectly. In fact, across the entire story, no character has expanded on the symbolism of flowers more profoundly than Kira himself. particularly in chapter 323, when he explained his squad's emblem and why despair must exist in battles. And he explained that violence is a terrible, dark thing that brings nothing but despair. And if battles didn't bring despair, people would not avoid them. And personally, guys, I find Kira's Squad 3 philosophy to be the most realistic perspective on combat. It doesn't deny the necessity of fighting, but acknowledges that despair is the only thing that can prevent unnecessary violence. And since we're discussing, guys, the connection between flowers in each squad, it seems Kira is also highly knowledgeable about Hanakotoba, the language of flowers. Hanakotoba refers to how each flower holds a symbolic and conveys a message. And Kira doesn't just understand this concept, guys, but his Zanpakuto Wabiski embodies the symbolism of the camellia flower. Because the core ability of Kira's Zanpakuto involves increasing the weight of his opponent with every strike. With each blow, the opponent's weight doubles until they collapse to the ground, bowing their head in a submissive, pleading posture. And at that moment, Kira delivers the final blow by decapitating the opponent, causing their head to fall off. And this method, guys, of killing mirrors how the camellia flower, especially the Tsubaki, falls. Unlike other flowers that shed petals gradually, the camellia drops all at once, and suddenly and completely intact. And this symbolism, guys, was particularly meaningful to the Japanese, especially the samurais, who saw the abrupt fall of the camellia as a reflection of the sweet, honorable death they sought in battle. And the way the camellia falls is deeply connected to Kira's fighting style, as his Zanpakuto ability also involves the sudden decapitation of his opponent. Now, guys, let's talk about the Bankai and what it could be. Let me remind you again that before the start of 1000-Year Blood War arc, Kubo mentioned that if Kira were to reveal his Bankai, it would be something nauseating. And this statement raised many questions. What did Kubo mean by nauseating? Would it be some disgusting ability, or would it be nauseating only from Kira's perspective? And that's why, guys, I will give you 3 theories. The first one, the Bankai would be an extension of his Shikai. If Kira's Shikai doubles the weight of his opponent, then his Bankai could amplify this effect exponentially, increasing weight to extreme levels where the victim is crushed even after the Bankai is deactivated. The second one is a psychological weight ability. While his Shikai affects his body, his Bankai might extend to the mind. It could create a mental burden where the target feels an overwhelming emotional weight, haunted by their past sins or regrets, paralyzing them with guilt. And the nauseating aspect Kubo mentioned could be the manifestation of these sins as visible, foul aura around the opponent, making the experience deeply unsettling. As for the third theory, is about a fusion of multiple souls. For the ones who have read the novel, they will know that in order to save Kira, Mayuri put inside his body, a lot of souls, especially the souls of his friends who were with him, and they were killed by Busby. So maybe in the Bankai, Kira could use some of their abilities, along with the special ability of his Bankai. But in any case, guys, what we should know is that Kira's power now is on a level of captain, and this was said by Shazdomino. So Kira now will be able to use the Bankai perfectly with this power that he got from his past injury. One more addition, guys, is about the injury itself. Kubo said that Inoue Orihime could heal Kira, but he didn't want. He liked it in that way. Maybe the same thing for Kyoraku. But in the end, guys, I really want to see the Bankai of Kira, and I hope to see it in the 4th core in a battle against maybe the chickens of Lilibaro or someone else. In the end, guys, let me know what you think about Kira's Bankai. Do you have other theories? Tell me about them, guys, in the comments, and see you in my next video.